Hello everyone, my name is Tabby and welcome back to my channel Keeping Tabs, where today I'm bringing you my mid-year book Freakout tag. I don't know who created this tag, but yeah, I'm gonna do it. I wasn't tagged by anybody because I'm still kind of new to the scene, but if you want to do this tag, definitely do it. It's a way to like evaluate and just look back on all the books you've read this year so far, and I'm excited to share them with you guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? There's 15 questions, so let's get in. First question is probably the hardest, well for me at least, and it's best book you read so far this year, and I've read some pretty freaking good books. I've read some good books. I've read The Raven King, which I loved. I read Wind Witch. I read so many good things, but my two favorites that stuck with me the most so far, and maybe it's because I read them more recently, I don't know, is You by Caroline Kepnes, which is like a thriller, like a psychological kind of suspensey thrillerish kind of thing. I don't know what genre that is because I don't really read that kind of genre, but it's an adult fiction about this guy who's obsessed with this girl, and it's just crazy and it was so much fun. And I listened to the audiobook, and best decision I ever made. If there's one audiobook you ever listen to, let it be You by Caroline Kepnes. It is amazing. Another book that I loved this year, Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I have so many emotions and feelings about this damn book. I just can't even talk about it in like a fluent, I don't know. I just love it so much. I love it so much. It's exactly what I've been looking for because I love dark, violent, brutal books with characters who are badass and do what needs to be done, and that is this book, and I'm so happy that I finally read it because it's been sitting on my shelf for so long and I just haven't picked it up until now, and I'm happy. The next question is best sequel that you've read so far, and that has to go to Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. This is the second book in the Witchland series after Truth Witch, and it was so good. I liked Truth Witch, but it had some like world building problems, but Wind Witch definitely picks up. Like it's such a step up from Truth Witch. There's so much more we get to know about the characters and the world, and there's more action, and it's just so much fun. I love this book so much. Next question is a new release you haven't read yet, and there's a lot. One of them is Reaper at the Gates that came out most recently. It came out a week ago or a few weeks ago. I don't know. It came out in June, and I need to read it because I really like An Ember in the Ashes and that whole series, so I need to get that. I haven't even bought it yet. I also need to read The Fates Divide by Veronica Roth, which is the second and last book in her duology after Carve the Mark, a book that I read last year and really enjoyed. I really liked the characters and their relationship and how their relationship grew from the beginning to the end, and it's a very interesting world. The world building is a little sloppy and not the best, but everything else was great, and so I cannot wait to see how she wraps it up. Yeah. Next question. An anticipated release for the second half of this year, and I have none because my most anticipated releases for 2018 already came out. There was only 5 of them and they've already come out, and so now I have no idea what's coming out in the second half of the year. There was once upon a time where I would have said I don't even know what the title is, Queen of Air and Darkness, I think, from Cassandra Clare. I would have said that once upon a time, but like I don't even care about that book anymore because I still haven't even read Lord of Shadows. So ultimately, I have nothing to look forward to, which is good because that gives me more time to read the books that I have to read instead of worrying about buying these new releases. So there, I have nothing. Next question, biggest disappointment of this year so far, and sadly, I'm gonna give that to Every Heart Adore. Sorry, I don't own the book, so it's Every Heart Adore by Shannon McGuire. It's a little novella, it's short, but it was getting so much hype on BookTube, so I was really looking forward to it. It's about these kids who have come back from portal worlds like Narnia and stuff, and now they have to just cope with having to come back and live in the normal world after spending years and years and growing old in their portal world. Now they have to come back to the age that they left, like, so if they left at 7 and they grew up to be like 30, now they have to come back and they're 7 again, and it's a good concept, and it was like interesting, I guess, and the diversity was cool, but it definitely was not worth all the hype, and it was very predictable, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. I'm not gonna continue on, and I'm so like confused as to why everybody loves it so much, you know how that works. Anyways, that's my biggest disappointment, and I'm so happy that it was only like 100 and something pages, because if it was any longer, I probably would have DNF'd. Number 6, biggest surprise. I'm gonna give it to The Kiss of Deception, because I was expecting to like it, but I thought it was gonna be one of those cheesy, like, love triangle kind of YA books, and it really wasn't. And I really, really liked the main character. I really liked the whole mystery aspect of figuring out who's the assassin and who's the prince. So I really liked this a lot more than I thought, and I cannot wait to read the second book. I still have to read it. I was supposed to read it when I was on vacation, but I ended up reading Golden Sun, which I'm still reading, and I'm loving so much. I love Darrow so much. Anyways, this book, Kiss of Deception, biggest surprise, among others, but I don't know. I just really liked this book. Next question, favorite new to you author or like debut author? And I haven't read any debut author. The only one I have is Children of Blood and Bone, but I haven't read it yet. And favorite new to me author? I don't know. I don't have very many favorite authors in general, because I feel like I have to read more than one book and more than one series from that author for them to become my favorite author. So I don't have favorite authors as it stands now. But out of all of the books that I've read this year and all of the new authors that I've read, I would be the most interested in a new book from Pierce Brown or Caroline Kepnes, who wrote Red Rising and You. So I guess those two, but they're not like my favorites. But I'd be interested in their books if they announced a new one. Anyways, next question, newest fictional crush. And this isn't exactly new, it's just been like revisited, I guess, and it's kind of stronger now, and it is Adwin from Wind Witch. I really liked him in Truth Witch, but I loved Merrick more. Like, Merrick was my baby. But in Wind Witch, we just see so much more of Adwin, and we see a different side of him, and he's just so perfect, and I love him so much. I love this series. I love this series. This has so much potential for becoming my favorite series, along with Red Rising. Like, these two have been rocking my world this year, and I just... okay, I gotta put that down. I could just go on, but except for like going on in detail and being like coherent, I would go on as in like, I love this book is great, this book is so great, oh I love it, and that's all I would say, and it'd just get boring, but it's the truth. So anyways, next, newest favorite character. And I'm holding up the same books over and over again, but it's for a reason, folks. These books are great. My newest favorite character, whatever, Darrow. Okay, how do you say O? Is it O or A-O or Ow? Darrow, Ow, Andromedus? Because I've heard people say Ow, Andromedus, but I've been saying O. Anyways, it's Darrow from Red Rising. He's great. He is such a badass, and he gets things done. I cannot even believe. He is just setting the bar for every badass character I've ever read, male and female, and I love him so much. I've heard people say that he's very dislikable. I don't see it, folks. He is like goals, okay? He is goals. I want to be him. I want to be with him. I just want to be around him. I love him so much. Number 10, a book that made you cry. I'm not a book crier. In all of my book reading years, there's only been 2 books that have given me those pre-cry lumps in the throat where you're trying to like swallow back the tears but you don't actually cry, and those books were Clockwork Princess, and it was literally only the epilogue that made me feel that way, and the next book was Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I'm still very emotional about Crooked Kingdom, so the fact that I just mentioned that, like, that hurts. I don't know why I did that to myself, because now I'm feeling the pain all over again. Anyways, this year I didn't exactly get those pre-cry lump in the throat, but I was very emotional. I was feeling the emotions while reading I'll Meet You There by Heather Demetrios. It was such a good book, and it's a contemporary, and I don't ever read contemporaries. I only own 3 actually, and this is one of them. This was so good. I can't even believe it. Also, this cover is so pretty. I love covers with the sky on it, and it looks like a motel because it takes place in a small California little town called Creekview. That's like the smallest town. Everybody knows everybody and that kind of town. And it's about this girl who is spending the summer working at this motel. She's been working there for years, but it's the summer before she goes to college, and she is so ready to get out of this butthole town. And something happens where she starts thinking, like, maybe I'm stuck here forever. Like, her mom, she lives in a trailer park with her mom. Her mom loses her job. She starts spiraling and becoming like an alcoholic again. And so she's worried, like, I can't leave. I have to take care of my mom. And on top of that, this boy who she used to work with comes back from the Marines from the war in Afghanistan, and he's lost a leg, and he's completely different. Like, he used to be the jockey, douchebag, womanizer, ladies man kind of guy, and he's come back and he's totally different, and their relationship kind of alters and changes and grows. And it's such a good story because most of the story is told through the girl's point of view, but we get some point of views from the guy, and he is suffering from so much PTSD, and it just makes me so sad. Like, the thoughts that he thinks and his memories, and I'm just like, oh, I can't handle this. And also her storyline is also sad because it's just so many things happen in this book. I can't even talk about it. It's just good. So I felt emotions, okay? Lots of emotions reading this book. Happy, funny, sad, just all of them. The next question is a book that made you happy. Now, this is going to be the most unpopular opinion on this for this book tag that I've seen, because out of all the book tags that I've seen for a mid-year book freakout tag, the book that I'm about to hold up was used for the most disappointing book for a lot of people. But this book actually really made me happy, and that is A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is the novella for the ACOTAR trilogy series, whatever. It's a little cut off, like, novella break between the next 3 books. I enjoyed it, and I'm so happy I enjoyed it. Like, I would have been so upset if I was as disappointed as others, and I feel so sorry for them because I know how it feels to wait and be so excited for something and then just be like, what the heck was that? Are you serious? What the heck was that? And I'm just happy that wasn't me, and that's one of the reasons why this book made me happy. I also just really liked seeing the characters. I liked learning a lot more about the world, like the Illyrians and stuff like that. I liked that. I don't know. I just liked this book, and I know that's very unpopular about right. Oh my gosh! I just realized that I didn't even finish reading the sneak peek for the next actual 4th book. That excites me. I've got something to read. Anyways, that book made me happy. Let me know if you feel the same, or if you're one of the people that was extremely disappointed. Yeah, next question is favorite book to movie adaptation, and I've seen very little. I'm gonna go with Infinity War because it's the only one I could think of, because it was just amazing. And I know it's a comic book to movie, but we're just gonna go with it, okay? Next question, favorite video you've made? I don't have one. They're all kind of the same. Not being very creative at the moment. I'm just making videos until I can figure out a good editing software, because I gotta start editing. I do. I'm dreading it. But until then, all of my videos are like blah. Next, most beautiful book you bought this year. And again, for this tag, a lot of people are choosing Children of Blood and Bone, and it's true, it is beautiful. But I am also just so infatuated by this cover, which is Caliban's War by James S.A. Corey. It's the 2nd book in the Expanse series, and I just love the detail and the colors and everything. All the covers for this series are amazing. It's like spaceships and like galaxy and stars and stuff like that, and so I love it. So I'm just gonna pick this. There are others, but this one is just great. And the last question, book number 15, books you need to read by the end of the year. The list is long, people. The list is long. This is such a, like, what kind of question is this? Like, seriously. I'm just going to pick 2 books, and that is Morning Star. I always want to say Midnight Star, but it's Morning Star from Pierce Brown and Iron Gold from Pierce Brown. Those are books 3 and 4 in his Red Rising series. And I want to read those by the end of the year so that I can go and read Dark Age when it comes out. That's it. Of course, there are so many other books that I want to read by the end of the year, but I'm a huge mood reader, so I might not even get to them, honestly. Like, for example, I had Six of Crows on my shelf. I bought it literally like the month it came out. I was so excited, but I was like a little too excited, and sometimes when I'm too excited then I don't read it, and I didn't even read it until like 2 years after it came out. So yeah, I can't even like make a TBR list because it's just never definite. And in saying that, the next video I'm going to film is my summer TBR, so cool. Anyways, that's the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye!